Yeah, it's people FJTV. So I'm just gonna start waffling, and then we'll go from there, and I'll figure out what I'm gonna have the title of the video is. But as always on this channel, anytime I sort of freestyle and I'm spitting off the dome, there's always general points in my head, and there's plenty of things that I can talk about, and there's plenty of topics that I do talk about on this channel. But right here, right now, I'm just gonna start, and then we'll go from there. So my video yesterday. Again, I know I'm a bit cryptic sometimes because, as I always say, I don't want to be putting my whole life out there on the internet. Don't even want to be putting myself like this on the internet to a degree. Just, I think partly in the back of my mind, because it's this idea of kind of like that self-awareness, and anything I got to say, really and truly, I'd stand on my 10 toes and say, but there's still that element of awkwardness knowing what you know about most people. However, their lives, when it comes to the context of me and my life, are irrelevant in terms of their thoughts and opinions. And again, even just that sentence alone is still a bit cryptic. And I know people are like, what are you on about? What I mean is, again, as soon as you put, I believe anyway, once you put yourself out there on the internet, you can't then sit there and cry if, you know, people send negativity your way, or try and criticise, or ad hominem attacks at your personal. And since starting the YouTube channel back in May 2022, I was going to say thankfully, even though I don't really care, but the only real negativity I've had is people just trying to chat shit in the comments in terms of like saying what I'm talking about is wrong, or, oh, what you mean, you know what I mean? And it's just, shut up. But same way again, I know that's like a minute and a half of waffling. We're putting that to one side. As I said, I feel like this last year, and what's the May to October, the 5th to the 10th, so the last 17 months, I feel like it's all been sort of leading to me where my life is now. And the same like I said in the video yesterday, I already thought I'd hit rock bottom, especially when I started the YouTube channel. When I started the YouTube channel, May 2022, I was 2 years removed from obviously May 2020, when I almost, yeah, I ain't going to say it for the algorithm, but you know what I'm on about, yeah, the whole self-deletion. I thought that was my rock bottom. Then from there, as I said, without dragging on the sort of story and keeping it short and sweet, pulling myself out of the dark place, utilising the exercise like I always have done as an outlet to fix my mental state, and then doing again a bit more self-reflection and internal reflection, and going through my life with a fine-tooth comb, and then all the bullshit and all the negativity and everything sent my way, I just sort of, with the breath work and the meditation, forgave everyone that needed forgiving for the nonsense, and just said to myself, I'll draw the lines in the sand in my own mind, and I'll start to walk with a certain mentality that I'm not going to act like I'm this or I'm that, but there's certain lines that I will no longer allow to be crossed. And then it's funny because, again, the universe has a way of sort of holding a mirror up to you to say, A, do you really believe what you're saying? B, are you really going to practice what you preach? And C, everything you've been saying and all the thoughts you've had and everything you've been trying to be doing, here's all these opportunities that are going to come along the way, and it's up to you to, again, like I say, stand on your principles, and without being crude, it's not really being crude, but having the bollocks to do what you set out to do. So again, from 2020, like I said, the 2 years, all that schmovid period, I ain't going to get too deep into that. Staying strong with my beliefs and my ideologies that this body and this vessel is mine, yeah, and my immortal soul is within. So anyone saying you need to do this, you need to do that, quite frankly, you can go and yourself, yeah, and in the nicest way possible, because as I said, this is my body, so my body, my choice, yeah. And again, I feel like people are smart enough to read between the lines of what I'm hinting at there. And again, moving on from that, by the time I made the channel, I had all the sort of conspiracy stuff in my head that I've sort of had one eye on, no pun intended, over the years, and then all the sort of esoteric wisdom I was deep diving on and trying to get as much information as possible, and researching and doing the wisdom, and like I said, really getting deep into the meditation and the meditative practices, utilising it alongside the hard physical exercise and labour. And the same way I've got the videos where I do get a little bit hyper, whether I do or do not have caffeine in my system at the time. I'm sober right now. But when I said in previous videos about people sort of turning the nose up at like exercise and this idea of, you know, self-improvement, and to me it's the most asinine thing going, because no matter what your beliefs are, I'll say it like this, I think we can all agree we're in a physical world, yeah? even if we all agree it's an illusion, yeah? Like I say, your immortal soul is within. We're in a matrix simulation, a simulated reality. The same way you're playing like a Grand Theft Auto or like an RPG game. But are you going to then, with said character, like you're controlling it, and it's like, oh, there's poison over there, you're going to get your character to eat the poison. Like, well, will it die or will it slowly degenerate? Yeah. Oh, well, I'm not going to do that. So in the same breath, in the same context, why would you not utilise this vessel for the avatar that it's meant to be used as to operate in this physical world, yeah? And as I said, and I always say, I'm all for the meditations, yeah? I do my best to do it twice a day, every day, without fail. And I know some people might be like, whatever. But my thing is, in the morning, show my gratitude for everything in my life and all the opportunities afforded to me, and ultimately that I'm here to learn, and all the things at any time. Like I said, same way last week, I know I kind of bouncing on tangents, but I'll bring it full circle like I always do. Same way I said in the video yesterday, I was a week removed after already thinking I'd hit rock bottom multiple times in my life since that 2020 period, thinking, okay, that was it. And then things go on, and it's like a roller coaster, the ups and downs. And then, oh shit, all this stuff's happening, and then that happened, and then that happened on top. Oh, okay, now from here, I'll just keep climbing the mountain like I do. I'll keep crawling through the mud like I do, yeah. Staying in the trenches, and I made the videos when I like use the analogy like trench warfare and that sort of thing. Bear with. And then, like I said, lo and behold, I feel like everything in my life always comes full circle, and I'm always sort of putting the piece of the puzzle together in my mind. And then, lo and behold, last week, again, I was like, oh, this must be rock bottom then, because when I'm having to, at the drop of a hat, fuck it, I'll say in the video, at the drop of a hat, bruv, get all my shit out of my house, put it in this car, and find new accommodation. And I've got hardly any money in my account, hardly any money in the investment savings account I've been utilising as almost like a better than a savings account, because, you know, if it goes up, hey, we're at happy days. If it goes down, then hashtag gambling. But putting that to one side, same way I said in the video yesterday, nothing's ever going to stop me, bro, because I've been in that real dark place. And I ain't going to lie, bro, there was a moment where sat in this almost exact spot. I might have been a couple of cars down, yeah. I know you can't really see the backdrop because of the way the light is. But I'm at the park I would record videos in, even though my living situation, I'm now a few miles away from here. But as I wrap the video up and I'll explain why I'm here, we'll get to that as I see someone staring at me in the car. As I said, there was even that moment for a split second when I really was, again, with the whole self-deletion thing, and in my mind thinking, I know it's not the move, and I know what I know now, and I know all the stuff I preach about, and this ain't going to be the end of Josh, bro. This ain't going to be the full stop or a little asterisk next to the life trajectory that was me, Josh, whatever, yeah? And then the same way, as I said, and I said in a previous video when I'm saying about understanding this simulation and this idea of doing a ritual, not from some sort of like demon worshipping or blood sacrifice like certain entities are getting up to. Nah, bro, saying to yourself, and as I said, and I always shout out Jason from the RKX YouTube channel, utilising that knowledge that I'm in a simulation, it works a certain way. There's certain ways of thinking with the law of attraction, but some people take it in the wrong direction, which is none of my business, it's up to them. But there's ways you can build your informed field and build a mental projection and then reverse engineer it and then take the steps towards said thing of saying, okay, if I'm saying I'm going to bring this idea from the thought realm into reality, what steps would I then take? If it's like guaranteed it's going to happen or it already has happened, yeah, and living your life a certain way. And as I said, bro, I'm not perfect, I'm only human. Same way I talk about with the semen retention, bro. I started the channel May 2022. Best believe I've had multiple relapses, wet dreams. The same way, bro. Like I said, I don't want to put myself out there on the internet like that, bro. But the same way I can stare into this lens and I'd look anyone in the eye and say, yeah, bro, big 26 years old at the start of this year, bro. Your boy still having them dreams, and it's like waking up and I'm like, for fuck's sake, bro, is this still happening? But as I said, and I've said there's ways around it. I made the videos and the shorts talking about said topic because they only happen when I wasn't doing the practices I set out myself to do, i.e. the meditation in the evening to cleanse out your brain, any sort of subconscious stuff that was thrown your way in the day, or anything that's been lingering on your mind, or maybe the sexy girl you seen in the gym that was kind of giving the eye contact or whatever, and you seen her in them tight little booty shorts, hypothetically. Cleansing out your brain, doing certain stretching practices, certain conditioning practices, like I do rubbing a little hatchet that I've got, which I know sounds weird, but rubbing that on my shins, using the wooden handle on my shins. And again, I know some people might be like, why on earth would you do that? But if you, again, you do the research and you research Wolff's theory or Wolff's law, the idea of micro fractures on bones and how it heals and it actually ends up being stronger. Again, do your research, whatever, because I'm at 10 minutes, so I'm going to wrap the video. But the same, like I said, I feel like everything in my life has been weaving me to this moment. So the same reason, to just quick for context, explain why I'm sat in my car at this nature reserve, miles from a new accommodation, ironically 5 minutes from where I was living. Because down the road from here, again another 10 minutes away, there's an opportunity for said ritual that I did. And already knowing what I know, it's like, of course this is how this shit goes. Of course everything had to go that, then that had to happen, then that had to happen, then that. And then in this year, that year, last year, then this year. Do you know what I mean, bro? And again, I know sometimes I talk in tangents. I know sometimes I waffle. I might be a bit cryptic because I'm sort of stifling myself that I don't want to say certain things. But the same way, like I said, I got the bollocks to look this camera lens in the eye and put myself on the internet for potentially the world to see. Even though in the back of my mind I know, okay, there's a day will come where I won't necessarily talk about the wet dreams and get too deep with the simmer attention. As this channel grows and as it gets maybe not even mainstream, because that's the wrong term, but let's say people in my surroundings know of it and see it, and even then for no other reason than it's just like, you know what I mean? I don't need to be saying, oh, this happened. But moving on from that, as I said, I'll wrap the video up. I've got some snacks to have, a packet of crisps and a chocolate bar. I know, you know, at this big age, eating like a child, but it's just something to keep me going because I want to stay fasted. Don't want to have anything heavy. I'm not going to get too deep. I'll talk about it in the next video I do. How about that, yeah? But as I said, and I always say on this channel, just before I lock the video off, you can do anything, yeah? This isn't no woo-woo thing. Like I said, the same reason why I talk a certain way, and sometimes I do allow myself to get a little bit road with the way I'm talking sometimes, and let the sort of black country or Brummie slang, and I mean, even though some of it's like yard slang, but anyway, because as I say, when I'm talking about certain topics, and as I say, we're like walking with a certain power, but on the highest level, none of this shit's real, bro. We're in a matrix simulation. Believe that or don't believe that, it is entirely up to you. Yeah, it's the epitome of red pill, blue pill. Do you want to take the red pill? Not this red pill of female attraction. You know, women. You know what? Bruv, fuck, stop watching them podcasts, bro. Do what you want to do, bro. If you're having a shit and you want to kill some time, do your thing, yeah. You're making some food and you just need background ambience, yeah. Forget that ideology, the red pill. The real red pill, it's literally in the film The Matrix, bro. And you can see on YouTube the 5-minute segment. Do you really want to see how deep this rabbit hole goes of understanding the illusion that you're in, yeah? That you're in a simulated reality and none of this shit's real. The same way, like this physical avatar, yeah, that I can operate in this physical 3D reality, but it's not real, and it feels real, and it's very convincing, but it's not real, and all the human emotions and all that shit in your head, yeah, and all the stuff projected towards you. Again, at the highest level, you just need to come back to your breath to center yourself. Big full inhalation through your nose. Whether you exhale through your nose or through your mouth is up to you. I know some people say you should only have nasal breathe, but the same way I'm talking, it's technically I'm exhaling. Center yourself with your breath. Incorporate the meditation to your practice. It doesn't have to be listening to some guided meditation. You don't have to have some crazy expectation of anything or some sort of psychedelic from the breath work. Just control breath, closing your eyes, go into your internal world and see what's there, see what's at the forefront of your mind. Then again, utilizing things, like I say, with the exercise, the hard physical training, especially as a man. As I said, as this channel grows, same way for the geldom, yeah, same way for the girls, the women, whatever. But especially, I'm a man, yes, so I'm talking as a man, and from that context, especially as a man. Because we're in this illusory world, but you're still here, bro. So what are you going to do? Because if certain evil entities, or not even evil, bro, but if push comes to shove and someone steps to you, what are you going to do, bro? Because I'm all about the peace and the love, bro. But the same way, like I said, it might be disciplining a child, bro. And I'm not saying about hitting kids or none of that, but you get what I'm saying. In the same mentality, if I've got to put hands on this grown-ass person to put them in their place, to be like, yo, you can't be acting that way, or I'm not the one, yeah? And then I'm going to talk about certain things or certain examples to be like, see, guys, I'm about, nah, bro. Like I said, it ain't about that. You walk with a certain power. And ironically, the same way with all these martial arts films you can watch, the more you're training, the more disciplined you are, and the more you build this aura, and again, it links in with the semen retention, yeah? The more people ain't going to fuck with you because they'll see it in your eyes, for one thing, and they'll see it in the way you walk. And then, like I always say, man, you ain't got to be the biggest or baddest geezer, bro. I'm 5'10", probably weigh about 72 kilo at the minute, yeah? So I know my hair, my beard's a bit crazy at the minute, okay, that's one thing. And I said it to my dad yesterday, we was having a conversation about the younger generation coming up and how they're just psychos, some of them. But I say, bro, I was like, when you give them that, or anyone in life, that strong eye contact, not trying to stare someone down, but the same like I say in the gym, sometimes like you lock eyes with someone. And as I said, bro, sometimes if it's lingering, because I'm not trying to be staring into another man's eyes, but if you just give them that, then you know what, go on. Or I said, or sometimes some people, they'll look at you, instantly look away, or they'll look at you and they'll give you a little, yeah? But I'll leave the video there. I'm dragging it on a little bit. Anyone who watches these long form videos, like I say, I know I'll chop them up for the shorts. And then if that's the way people then go and watch the full video from something I've said in a short form context. But I appreciate every single person, yeah. Of the 45 subscribers, I appreciate every single one of you. And anyone watching, liking, commenting, yeah. I mean, hey man, even the ones commenting the dumb or negative shit, or man, you shouldn't say that in the past, because, hey man, you're helping the algorithm. As always says, man, you can do anything, incorporate the meditation, focus on your breath every single day, remain conscious of everything you're doing and understand why you're doing certain things, incorporate the hard physical training, semen retention, brother, you know better than to be doing the dumb stuff. You're not 14 anymore, yeah, you're not 12, yeah, or maybe you are watching this video, but you get what I'm saying, yeah. As always, stay up, stay on your purpose. Like I say, man, you can do anything, yeah, in this matrix. This world is ours. Don't let these negative imbeciles, these idiots, try and convince you otherwise, that they live a certain way and we're down on the bottom of the pile. No, it ain't ever like that. And it's not even, like I say, taking the blue pill and trying to just, well, if I make some money and then I just live in my, nah, bruv. Like I say, walk with a certain power and you'll see how things manifest for you. You'll see how things change for the better. And sometimes, like I said, bruv, you got to hit rock bottom. But the same way as I always says, bruv, if no matter what happens, bro, I'm always ready. If I got to dig my heels into the mud, yeah, and stand against whatever forces come towards me, we'll see, Wagwan. We'll see who's bigger and badder, yeah? Because I understand who I am at a soul level, yeah? External to this fake little world. But as always, man, stay up, stand your purpose. Let's go.